Why waste time in some prayer points when you know the issue could have been avoided? Hello everyone, welcome back to my page. So today I want us to discuss about a very important topic. This topic is one of the topic many people refuse to hear due to the circumstances that comes along with it. And this topic is one of the topic that a lot of people choose to ignore. So guys, what am I talking about? We are talking about genotype. So genotype is very important, and I pray and I advise all churches to discuss more about genotype, because a lot of believers are falling victim. Lot of believers are falling victim. Lot of Christian brothers, Christian sisters, they are falling victim for this genotype because most of them are ignorant of it. And many of them, due to their faith, due to their belief, they believe with God all things are possible. With God, nothing is impossible. So they believe in that so much and they avoid this word. They go into marriage knowing very well that the both of them are not compatible, but they choose to ignore it because of the faith they have in God. Why pray over some certain issues when you know it could have been avoided? So this is why I want to discuss about this today. I thank God for my life, and I thank God for the life of my husband, because we grew up from a very, very solid foundation. A foundation and a mission that don't just only talks about the things of God or the ways of God or the kingdom of God. The foundation also speak about life issues like genotypes. I am so grateful for being a part of Redeemed Christian Church of God, because in Redeemed Christian Church of God, before you and your spouse get married, before you get married, you'll be asked to provide your genotypes. It is very, very important in Redeem. I remember before getting married, this was one of the first steps we took. Before getting married, during our courtship, we were asked to provide our genotype to know if we are compatible to marry, if we are compatible to start a family. So it was very, very important. It was a very, very important issue. In fact, it is still an important issue in Redeemed Christian Church of God, that before you get married, you must provide your genotypes. It is very, very essential. Some churches, they do not do this, and it is very, very bad when a church do not do these things. Everything in life is not all about spirituality. There are some certain things that need physical action. So genotype is one of the things that needs physical action. Genotype is not a spiritual thing. So genotypes don't need to be handled spiritually. It is a physical issue that needs a physical attention. So for churches that don't do this, it is very bad. Please, I will advise all churches to be doing this. Before the Christian sister and the Christian brother should get married, they should provide their genotype. It is very important. I advise, even before courtship, even before you start your courtship, it is very important. I know genotypes is not the only thing we should look into during courtship. It should be the first thing you do during your courtship, because when you both are deeply in love, it takes the grace of God for such partners to be separated. It takes the grace of God. That is where you see people forging medical reports. Yes, just because they want to marry, just because they are deeply in love, just because they don't want to be separated, they will forge the medical results. They will present a fake genotype result. Love have driven so many people to do these things, which is very, very bad. So I always advise, just as I did, before you go deeper in love, during courtship, please provide your genotypes. Know your genotypes first. Know your own as a woman. Know the man's own as your husband to be. Know his genotypes first. So when you both know that you are not compatible to marry, it will be easy for you to separate. It will not be hard. Selfish desires have made a lot of people to suffer a lot in marriage. selfish reasons can cause the end of your marriage, can cause the end of your love, can spoil a lot of things. Because when you know you are not compatible, you are AS and the man is AS, you know you both are not compatible, because AS and AS cannot marry each other. They cannot be, they are not compatible to marry. SS and AS are not compatible to marry. SS and SS are not compatible to marry. The only people that are compatible to marry is from AA and AA, AA and AS. You know, AA and SS can marry because the children they will result as AS. So AA and SS can marry, AA and AA can marry, AS and AA can marry, but AS and AS cannot marry. It is very, very bad for you both to have AS and you go into marriage. It is bad. You cannot marry. So these are the things we need to know. Even in church, our churches need to start teaching our youth, teaching our people, teaching the singles about these things. It is very important. Your prayer cannot do anything. It is very, very important. We need to know these things. Do not say you are a sister or you are a brother that have a higher faith or a faith that is more than every other person's faith, and you say you believe in God, that with God all things are possible. Yes, of course, all things are possible. All things are possible to those that ignorantly fall into their predicaments. People that do not know, they didn't know that these things exist.